The Galactic Council had always viewed humans with a mixture of contempt and cautious curiosity. When the human delegation arrived at the Zephyros trading station, most species kept their distance. Humans were new to the galactic community, barely a century into their spacefaring age, and their reputation preceded them. Amanda Chen stood at the negotiation table, her worn flight jacket a stark contrast to the shimmering biosuits of the other delegates. Beside her, Sonny Martinez scrolled through data on a battered tablet, occasionally muttering calculations under his breath. Let me understand this correctly. Ambassador Vulcarin, a towering Thracian with scales that shifted colors with his mood, leaned forward. You wish to sell us waste? Amanda smiled. Not just any waste, Ambassador. This is high-grade organic biohazard material, extremely energy-dense. We've been using it to power our colony ships for the past 20 years. The various delegates exchanged glances. The Quarren representative, a blob-like creature suspended in a containment field, pulsed with what Amanda had learned to recognize as disgust. Biohazard waste? You mean biological refuse? Contaminated material? That's one way to put it, Sonny interjected, finally looking up from his tablet. We prefer to call it processed organic fuel cells. They're incredibly efficient. One container can power a mid-sized station for 3 months. Vulcarin's scales flickered between orange and deep purple, skepticism mixed with intrigue. And what, precisely, makes this waste so valuable? Amanda pulled up a holographic display. The image showed complex molecular chains, breaking down and releasing cascading energy signatures. Human metabolic byproducts contain unique compounds. Our biology is, let's say, unusually aggressive compared to most spacefaring species. What we excrete is actually highly reactive material. You're trying to sell us your excrement, a Yolian delegate stated flatly, their crystalline body resonating with the words, among other things. Amanda acknowledged without missing a beat. Medical waste, expired organics, even our dead skin cells. Humans shed approximately 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells per minute. We've learned to collect, process, and stabilize all of it. The energy potential is remarkable. The council chamber erupted in multilingual protests. The very idea was repulsive to species who had evolved beyond such base considerations. The Yolians, who absorbed nutrients directly through their crystalline matrices, found it particularly offensive. The Quarrens, who processed nutrition through osmotic filtration, pulsed with visible revulsion. But Vulcarin held up one clawed hand, silencing the chamber. What is your price? 3 months later, the first shipment arrived at Vulcarin's homeworld of Thracia. The Thracians were desperate. Their primary power source's solar thermal collectors had been failing for decades. Their red dwarf sun was dimming, and their civilization faced a slow, cold death. They had little choice but to try the humans' revolting solution. The containers were loaded into the main power grid with extreme prejudice. Thracian engineers wore triple-layered hazmat suits. The entire operation was kept secret from the general population. No one needed to know their world was being powered by alien refuse. But then something unexpected happened. Sonny received the transmission 6 weeks after the first delivery. He immediately called Amanda to the communications bay of their ship. The Prometheus. You need to see this, Sonny said, his face pale as he pulled up the message. Ambassador Vulcarin appeared on screen. But something was different. His scales, which had always been dull and patchy, a sign of the scourge, an incurable wasting disease that had plagued Thracians for millennia, were now vibrant and healthy. Ambassador Chen, Mr. Martinez, Vulcarin began, his voice trembling with emotion. We have discovered something unprecedented. When we began cycling the human waste through our power systems, trace elements began entering our atmosphere. Our scientists initially panicked, thinking contamination had occurred. Amanda and Sonny exchanged worried glances. Vulcarin continued, but then, something miraculous happened. Thracians who lived near the power plants began recovering from the scourge. Scales regenerated. The cellular degeneration reversed. We've analyzed the trace compounds in your biohazard waste specifically. Something you call gut bacteria and various antibodies unique to human physiology. Sonny pulled up his own research files frantically. The human microbiome, he breathed. Our gut contains over 100 trillion microorganisms, and our immune systems produce thousands of different antibodies. One of those antibodies, Velkrin said, now openly weeping, scales shimmering through every color in the spectrum, neutralizes the pathogen responsible for the scourge, a disease we've suffered from for over 50,000 years, cured by what you considered garbage. The news spread through the Galactic Council like wildfire. Species that had turned up their appendages at the disgusting humans suddenly clamored for contracts. The Quarrens discovered that human skin cells contained enzymes that could repair their crystalline matrices. The Yolians found that processed human medical waste could be refined into a supplement that enhanced their cognitive processing by 40%. The Volturi, an avian species suffering from a plague that attacked their respiratory systems, found salvation in compounds derived from human lung tissue samples, material that humans disposed of after medical procedures. Within a standard galactic year, human waste had become the most valuable commodity in known space. Entire human colonies were established as processing centers. What Earth had once launched into the sun or buried in containment facilities now powered civilizations and saved countless lives. Amanda stood before the Galactic Council once more, but this time every seat was filled and every delegate watched with respect. "We didn't set out to save anyone," she said honestly. "We were just trying to solve our own waste disposal problems and make a profit. Humans have always been good at turning trash into treasure." Sunny stepped forward, adding, "Our biology is aggressive, messy, and produces copious amounts of what we considered useless byproducts. We're loud, we're chaotic, and apparently we're exactly what the galaxy needed." Ambassador Velkrin approached, his scales a brilliant cascade of gold and green Thracian colors of deepest gratitude. "You sold us your biohazard waste as fuel. You gave us a future. The galaxy owes humanity a debt that can never be repaid." Amanda grinned. "Well, we've got plenty more where that came from. Humans are very good at producing waste. It's kind of our specialty." As the council erupted in laughter, genuine, warm laughter this time, Sunny leaned over to Amanda and whispered, "Who knew being disgusting would be humanity's greatest contribution to galactic civilization?" "Only humans," Amanda replied, "could turn literal garbage into a galaxy-saving miracle. That's very on brand for us." And somewhere, in the deep records of galactic history, a new chapter was being written, the day humanity saved countless species, with the one thing they produced in unlimited quantities themselves.